If you know this sentence pattern, you will not make mistakes while writing in sentences. This grammar item absolutely is an essential component and every English learner should understand clearly. Today in this video, we'll see the sentence patterns in English, what are the various types, and how to identify and how to write error-free sentences. Come, let's get started. Okay, first of all, you need to know before we move to the exact patterns, you should understand the basic elements of a sentence. If you take any sentence, there will be a subject and verb. Because you know very well that always sentence is a group of words. It may have minimum of one word to maximum any number of words. So, if you go further analyze, any sentence will have a subject and predicate, or you call it a subject and verb. And but here different subjects, different verbs will be there. So, in general, subject will be a noun, verb will be a word which denotes an action. So, that is the first thing. So, subject and verb you should understand clearly. Now, so as I already told you that subject is a noun or a noun phrases or a pronoun that usually comes before the main verb. Subject will generally come before the verb, not after the verb. And verb. Verb is on the other hand, it's a group of words that describes an action or a state. Because there are two different types of verbs. In the action verb and the stating verb, I'll be telling these are the action verb can be divided into two, transitive verb and intransitive verb. And again, a stating verb can be divided into be form verb, having verb, and other part is auxiliary verb. Why do you need to know all these things? Only if you know these things, you will understand the sentence pattern clearly. So first let us see what is a transitive verb. Transitive verb will have object. Whereas intransitive verb, it does not have an object. It's the easiest way to understand. Or otherwise, we say that a transitive verb transfers the action towards the object, whereas intransitive verb, it doesn't transfer anything. So for your easy understanding, it has an object, it doesn't have an object. Be form verbs, auxiliary verb, all those things we'll see in the next slide. Yeah. Here it comes be form verbs are am, is, are, was, were. Having verbs has, have, had. Do verbs do, does, did. Models can, could, will, would, should, all these things. And the semi model we call it dare to, need to, used to, are to. Because each, if you know only the verb pattern, certain sentence pattern will be decided based on the verbs it is using. The verb it is using. So it will be useful for you to have a clear idea about the different verbs. So once again, you verb, action verb and stating verb. In action verb, there is a two type, transitive, intransitive. And if you take in the auxiliary format, the be verbs can function as a main verb also, not only auxiliary, it can function as a main verb also. For instance, if you take the sentence, I am a student, I am a teacher, he is my friend. So here, he is my friend. He is a subject, he is a verb, my friend is an object, but here is not a be form verb, here it is a main verb. So see, all these verbs can function as a main verb as well as auxiliary. So main verb means it will come independently. Auxiliary means along with this particular verb, some other main verb will come. So you will come to know all these things when I show you the example. Okay, action verbs very simple, it denote an action. And I speak, you listen. So no, I speak means it's an action. You listen, it's an action. I teach, it's an action. You learn, it's an action. So these are the, it simply denotes an action. That's what I have given example like talk, sing, write, make, dance, play, cook, leave, teach, anything. No. And now let's come to the object. We have seen subject, then we have seen verb and different types of verbs. Now we are moving to the object. See, normally if you want to get the object in a sentence, you ask a question, what or whom to the verb. What is for things, whom is for person. You should ask the question, what for things, only whom is for persons. Persons, as I already told you, it may be noun or pronoun. And we have two kinds of objects in English grammar. One is direct object, another one is indirect object. Please kindly remember what is for things, whom is for person, because it is going to help you in the later to understand the object clearly. Okay. Direct question answers the question what. It refers, you ask the question, he bought a ball. What he has bought? A ball. That's what direct object. You ask a question, he bought, no, what he has bought? Ball. So the answer to the what is the object. It's called direct object. Yeah? It refers the person or thing affected by the action of the verb. Don't worry about these explanations, just you simply ask question, he bought what? What does he buy? Answer is ball. That ball is direct object. Indirect object, whom? Look at that. He bought her a ball. Whom does he bought? Whom does he bought? He bought to her. So here, this her is indirect object. If you take the same sentence, he bought a ball. What did he buy? Ball. So when you ask the question what, ball comes as an answer. That's a direct object. He bought to whom? He bought to whom? Her. So her is an indirect object here. I think you understand. I think you have understood the usage of direct object and indirect object. Direct object can be acquired by asking question what to the verb and whom to the whom. When you ask whom, obviously you will get the answer. That will be the indirect object. Clear? See, these are only introduction. The real examples I will be giving a bit later, just for a common understanding and telling one by one. Next comes another component called complement. The complements are the words which require to complete the sentence. And there are two types of complement because it is based on the subject complement or object complement. I'll tell you those things. So that's what two types of complement: subject complement, object complement. First, look at the example here. She is happy. Who is happy? She. That's why this happy is called subject complement. He made her happy. What made her happy? He made her happy. Here, happy comes after the, what do you call, her. It's called object complement. See, if you clearly mention it, the complement which expresses the quality or identity or condition of an object is called object complement. Here the object quality is, what do you call, it talks about happy. That's why it is called object complement. Subject complement, otherwise simple way to remember, it directly comes after the verb. Here you will have another one more word here. So he made her happy, but if you remove her, he made happy. You cannot write like made happy. He made happy somebody, it has to come, right? That's why it's called object complement. Next comes adjunct or adverbial. Generally, it talks about, it answers you the four questions like why, when, where, and how. Why, you know about, talks about reason, when talks about time, where talks about place, how talks about manner. So there are example phrases given here. Why he is up, for example, due to cold, through flood, under compulsion, carefully. When means now, later, 2 years, young, morning, afternoon, evening, some kind of days, time, everything. And place, yeah, here, there, everywhere, in the sky, at home, and all these phrases. And how, by bus or cycle, through efforts, by mixing, by hard work. You have, generally you have the, what do you call, proportion, you have a by. So this way you can understand. Please kindly remember why, when, where, how should be asked to identify the adjunct, because all these basic understanding only will help you to fix the sentence pattern clearly. First, these are the 5 basic sentence pattern. These are the short form, we call it a subject verb object, subject verb indirect object and direct object, subject verb complement, subject verb object and complement. These are the basic combination. But I am not going to restrict within 5 these things, but there are certain additional rules also there. I will be going to tell you quickly. Okay, come. First one, subject and verb. See is the subject, swims is the verb. The book is the subject, fell is the verb. Peter, subject, marches, verb. Peter sneezed, evil exists. So it's very simple. Anybody can easily understand. This is subject, verb, of a sentence pattern. Next comes subject, verb, object. They did a lot of work. He resembles her father. Many students witnessed the play. The police arrested the thief. I want one of these books. So here, first one is the subject, second is the verb, third is the object. Clear? I hope you understand. Right. Third thing. Subject, verb, indirect object and direct object. And indirect object, what you will be asking, what question you need to ask? Direct object, what question you will ask? Whom? If you ask whom, that will become indirect object. If you ask what, that will become direct object. We wish you Happy New Year. We wish Happy New Year. Probably if you answer only we wish Happy New Year, we subject, wish verb, Happy New Year is a direct object. To whom? To you. That's why it is indirect object. The same way, the principal gave the medal. Whom? Him. That's why it is indirect object. He gave a watch. To whom? Her. That's indirect object. So this is indirect and direct. So generally him, her, all these type of way it will come, and otherwise simply ask a question, whom, and if you get an answer, Paul gave gift. To whom Paul gave a gift? To his wife. That's why it's indirect object. The headmaster showed her the result. To whom headmaster showed the result? Her. So her is indirect, direct. So subject, verb, indirect object, direct object. So what will be the, how will you identify direct object? Simply ask what. We wish what? Happy New Year. The principal gave what medal? He gave watch. She sold her house. Paul gave gift. Headmaster showed the result. So this is direct and indirect object. I hope you clearly understand. No, you clearly understand. Got it? And this is another inverted combination. Previously we have seen subject, verb, indirect object and direct object. You can, and this type of sentence also you can write. This is another one. He gave the money to him. So when this him, her, his, it comes to the end, it becomes an indirect object. So instead of first coming, no, first you use indirect object, but in this sentence you get first direct object, then only indirect object. This is some rare usage. People generally may not learn it, but just I wanted to give you so that you don't get any confusion. Next comes subject, verb, complement. When you check the complement, what we have learned, that makes the sentence as a complete one. In case if you hide the complement word, the sentence will not be meaningful. Look at that. She looks. What she looks? It is incomplete sentence. The food tastes. The class became. The leaves turn. So all these sentences become meaningless without this complement. That is why it is called complement. So she looks happy, or bright colors, tasteful, bad, class became noisy, the leaves turn yellow, the dreams have come true. You can understand. Generally, complement will come after the be form verbs, or the verbs like these kind of looks or become, or these kind of words also will generally it will come after that. Majority of the complement will come after the be form verb, that is am, is, was, were and are. Or else these are the example, and become. And these kind of verbs also will come taste, looks, seems. Of the word which comes after this, that also will become generally complement. Got it? For instance, she seems happy. So when you say she seems happy, becomes a complement. Got it? Next, subject, verb, object and object complement. Subject, verb, object and object complement. She got her shoes wet. She recognized him as a genius. He painted the wall white. See, actually this is SVOC. This is complement, but all these complement is an object complement. Now, generally instead of putting as only C, I have added OC. OC means object complement. This is not a subject complement. She got her dress wet. Her dress wet. So not this is whose dress is wet. It is not C. This is her dress is wet. So the object is only qualified with this complement. That's why it is object complement. See, recognized him as a genius. Here, who is genius? Not C, him. That's why it's object complement. Same way, he painted the wall white. England declared me a Jew. Who is a Jew here? Me. That's why it's object complement. So, simple way, object complement generally, the complement will emerge from the, what you call, if you take the object and complement, the complement will generally qualify the object. Here in the particular, these type of sentence. Subject, verb, object and object complement. Okay, so these are the basic thing I have told you. Let me go again. One is SV, SVO. SVO, you'll ask question what? SVIO, DO. IO is for whom, DO is for what. See, the same DO is what? Here it is SVO. O means direct object only. And the fourth combination is complement. It gives a complete sense. Generally, I have given three things. One is it may come after the be form verbs and become, and sometimes seems. After these things will come. Some other examples are like this: food tastes bad, the dreams have come true. These kind of some other examples also I have given. And object complement, you know that subject, verb and object. Then the next word will, if you don't add this word, and the sentence will not become complete. She got her shoes, what? Wet. She recognized him, what? As a genius. He painted the wall white. So you know the complement function. Why it is called object complement? This complement qualifies this. It talks about information about this object only. That's why it's called object complement. So other combination sentence pattern, there are so many. These are the basic pattern, but the same thing can be used for the different combinations. I'll be telling you around some, I think around 15 to 17 other combination I'll tell you quickly. Here subject, verb, adjunct. There is one more thing called adjunct, means it talks about the time, and I have given you the four things. Do you remember what are the four things I have told you? Oh, you have forgotten. Let me quickly tell you, just to show you that thing. This is what the adjunct. Look at their why, when, where, how. If you ask these questions, the answer will be the adjunct, or we call it as adverbial. Reason, time, place and manner. And now you come back and try to answer this thing. He came to the party. Here, what is this? To the party. Is it a place? What are the four questions I have asked you? You try to fit in and you'll be able to understand. And they came suddenly, when? It is going away, where? The train arrived late, when? They will come later, when? It rained last night. Last night again, it's about that, what you call, when. See what? In a second-hand bookshop, to the market, what it comes? Oh, you keep on forgetting things, people. Please remember. Anyhow, let me show you the one more time. I will not show you again, and you should keep remember, right? Why, when, where, and how. Why, when, where, and how. These are the things. So they have mentioned the thing is in the morning or something else, in the sky, in a place, hard work mixing. In that way, what it says, the last sentence. They went to the market, it goes to the where. See what? In a second-hand bookshop, again it's where. I hope you understood. Subject, verb and adjunct. The cues are four. You try to type those four questions you will ask to understand the adjunct in the comment box. Next, adjunct, subject and verb. So you talks about the time. These are the words: soon, nicely, fondly, yesterday, tomorrow. Soon we wake up. Nicely he replied. Fondly she asked. Yesterday I came. Tomorrow she leaves. So you can, another easiest way to remember, the time markers are always it is what you call it is adjunct, adverb. It has to be capital letter. A typing error. Kindly change it. This is F should be in capital. Next, subject, verb, object, complement, again adjunct. Subject, verb, object, complement, adjunct. C, subject, made, verb, her views, object. C made her views, object, complement, clear. Adjunct at the outset. At the outset, it's a manner. The question here you can ask to understand the adjunct is the manner. How? At the outset. The company appointed, subject, verb, object, complement, adjunct. The company appointed him clerk. Here also spelling mistake, C-L-E-R-K only has to come. C should be removed. Last week. They named their baby Sarah in the church. They took the child unconscious to the hospital. Here in the church to the hospital, these are where. See, made his intention clear now. When? This is now. So, subject, verb, object, complement, and adjunct. Next comes subject, verb, object, and adjunct. Here I have added C, complement. Here simply I have removed it. That's it. The boy kicks the ball with force. She made a new dress yesterday. The kidnapper locked the child in a lonely house. He threw the chair out. She invited the guest to get in. So, to get in, out, in a lonely house, yesterday with force, these are adjunct. What are the objects? The ball, new dress, child, chair, guest are the object. Next, subject, verb, object, and the adjunct, double adjunct. Look at that. I met Sarah at the theatre yesterday. He practiced pistol shooting in the firing range in London. Everyone really relished the dinner in the hotel yesterday. So, in the hotel is where? Yesterday, again, time. She enjoyed the music recital immensely yesterday. They pushed the bus from behind to make it move. I will close the shop early today. So, subject, verb, object, adjunct 1, adjunct 2. Subject, verb, object, and here it should be, what do you call, immensely should be adjunct. Here I have forgotten to add the slanted bracket. Yesterday is the another adjunct. Alright. Next comes subject, verb, complement, and again adjunct. Here, this one SVOC we had. This one we are going to have SVO, SVCA. You seem, sorry, here, I'm sorry, there are so many typing errors. It should be you seem tired today. It's again, it's a single word, not today. You seem tired today. It is dark everywhere. She became wise thereafter. They reached home late. The train left the station on time. Subject, verb, complement, adjunct. Let me repeat. Subject, verb. This is tired. Please read as tired. Please read this as today. You seem tired today. Subject, verb, complement, adjunct. Got it? What rule here it appears? Already I have told you that. Before complement, you will have the verbs called seem, became, or be form verbs. That's I have given as a common rule. So here it seems it is a be form verb, and become is also there. Apart from that, some other rules I have told, and these comes into the next rule. Rule number 7. First starts with adjunct, then subject, verb, object. All the first thing will talk about time. Look at that, every day, in broad daylight, often, this year, during daytime. The rest of the thing is you know very well. She was late. She fell unconscious. Akbar got mad. She is the captain. He is an honest man. Right? Clear? Yes. First adjunct as usual, subject verb, but now we will have IODO. Last night she gave him a food. Simply take she gave him a food. Normally you know the example SV IODO. Simply add last night if you add in the beginning it becomes ASVIODO. If you add in the end it becomes SVIODO and A. That's it. Everywhere people gave the president a welcome. During lunch I served him ice cream. I hope you want to see. Don't get panic. All these are almost from the base. Simply we have what you call rephrased either in the beginning or in the middle or the end. We added in that way. We have added ASVIODO. The different rules are getting formed. Here ASVOCA. First, what is A? Time in the end. The judge, subject. Declared verb. Object, the culprit. Complement, innocent. Again, adjunct after the trial. Let me repeat. Yesterday, adjunct. The man, subject. Murdered, verb. A woman, object. In rats, complement. A. Adjunct is mercilessly. Last example last month. What is it? Yes, you are right, adjunct. They? Yes, subject. Christened? Wonderful, that's verb. The child? Object. Good. John? Complement. In the church, adjunct. Got it? Now you people are getting correct. Good. And adjunct, subject, verb, complement. In the prayer hall, during worship, they are silent. Every day in the hostel, she is asleep. Next month in Bombay, they have a meeting. Every week in her garden, she is at work. Last week in Paris, she worked as a professor. Last week, adjunct. In Paris, adjunct. She subject, worked, verb, as a professor is what you call complement. Every week in her garden, she is at work. Every week, adjunct. In her garden, adjunct. She subject is verb and at work becomes complement. Correct? The 11th one is only you can write with only verb and object. Without subject also you can write pardon me, column, try it. This is verb and object. Okay, now you understood everything. Can you identify the sentence pattern of the given sentence? She became a teacher. I'll give answer to only one sentence. She, what is this? Subject, you are right. Became, verb. A teacher, complement. Subject, verb and complement. You try to identify the answer for the rest of the sentences. Kindly take a pic. You have to comment in the comment box as a full 10 sentences, and I'll reply to every one of your comments with the correct answers. Got it? I hope you enjoyed this one. If you like it, in case certain portions still you are not clear, you comment, put a comment in the comment box. I'll try to do maybe, and in that section alone, I'll try to explain in another video in detail. Till then, bye and have a good day.